I can already see I'm going to get a lot of people mad with this one. Okay. This is a paid request for Ronald. Thank you for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, where it may be, could be a ranking, a list, a reaction, a topic, news article, review, re-review, commentary, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box down below. Now, when he sent this request, I kind of went, oh, no, I don't think I'm the right guy to review this. I even tried to contact the person, but never heard from him. So I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta do this. The movie's 2.5 hours long. Very long. Number two, I'm not a big David Lynch guy. I've never been a big David Lynch guy. I never have. I could deal with Eraserhead because at least his that weird fantasy, surreal, what the fuck quality that is more so in that film. But like, I did not like Lost Highway at all. I'm not a Twin Peaks guy. I'm sorry. I'm just not a Twin Peaks guy. I prefer X-Files, at least the first group of seasons, not the later ones. Yeah, I prefer like Kolchak the Night Stalker. Like, that's why Millennium with Lance Henriksen. That's why I prefer more for that type of TV, not Twin Peaks. I'm sorry. And this is one of those films where, like Lost Highway and others, it's David Lynch trying to be very confusing, and then people watch it, and then there are people that go, well, you just don't get it. Why don't you just go back and watch your Marvel films? And I'm like, you must not watch my channel a lot, because you haven't heard my recent thoughts on Marvel films. And I sit there and go, you know what, if you like the film, that's fine. If you're a David Lynch fan, that's fine. If I want a mindfuck movie, I'll go watch Jacob's Ladder from 1990. I'll go watch Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke. I'll go watch Session 9. I'll go watch Requiem for a Dream. I'll go watch Dark City. I'll go watch other movies that I prefer, I enjoy, I understand better, and I find more entertaining, and in my opinion, more worth the shit than David Lynch and his movies. All those movies I saw that I mentioned and have over there, I much prefer over something like this, where I get the idea. It's about people that come to Hollywood filled with hopes and dreams, but then they're crushed down, and they're crushed so down into the gutter that you either go crazy or you go dead. Told in a 2.5 hour, which did not need to be 2.5 hours long. A lady is riding in the back of a car. There's a gun involved. Two guys tell the girl, get out of the car. As they're parked, another car comes, collides, crash. She gets out, she's hurt. She wanders around, and she ends up at this place. Meanwhile, Robert Forster, may he rest in peace, he comes onto the screen as a cop. Look into this. And Robert Forster's barely in the rest of the movie. And I'm sitting there going, this is a damn good actor, Robert Forster. From Alligator and Jackie Brown. Me, Myself, and Irene. You know, Robert Forster, damn good actor, and he's barely in the fucking film. It's kind of like when you got Richard Pryor for Lost Highway. Like, anybody could have played this role. It's just, I guess, hey, got the actor, and the actor wanted to work with David Lynch. Then cut to these two guys at a diner, and the one guy talks about a fucking nightmare he had, and you're standing over there, and you're scared, and I'm scared here, and in my nightmare, I saw a guy who I could look straight through, or he could look straight through me, and the guy's like, oh, okay, pays for their dinner, they leave, walk out, and all of a sudden, this lady that looks like fucking Bigfoot's mother walks out, scares the one guy, they take off, and I swear to God, we never see those two guys again. And the Bigfoot lady we see once more later on near the very end of the movie. Now, let me stop and say, this was supposed to be a pilot for a TV show, and when it never came to be, he took it and then he filmed other shit in there. That's why I'm like, these two guys, how come we never see these two guys again? What was this whole guy, oh, I got this nightmare, and who gives a shit? We don't know who you are. We don't know what you're up to. We don't know what your major malfunction is. We don't know why he had the nightmare. We don't even know what he has to deal with Naomi Watts. Because you come to find, you come to find out a lot of this is not really happening. But before we get to that, Naomi Watts, who I liked as an actress. I liked her in the Ring remake, and she's been in other stuff. She was in Peter Jackson's Teen Con, among others. She arrives, fresh-faced, happy, gung-ho for Hollywood. What will happen? She's staying at her aunt's apartment, and the girl from the beginning, from the car crash, she's there. And she can't remember her name. She looks at a Rita Hayworth poster, and so starts calling herself Rita. So then the movie goes from Naomi Watts and Rita, Naomi trying to help her remember who she is, go to a diner, the same diner those two guys were at. Then Rita gets an idea that her name is Diane. Look through a phone book, find the place, find there's a dead body in there. And while they're going through all that investigation, you have this director who the mob is wanting control of his film, and they tell him, you're not casting this person. You don't cast this person we want. And the director doesn't want that, but then ultimately does do it, so that he doesn't get in trouble. And David Lynch throws in these random scenes, like this scene that feels like it goes on fucking forever, where he has this meeting with these folks, where one guy gets bad coffee, bad espresso, and he drinks it, and he spits it out slowly onto a fucking napkin. Like, instead of, or, what the fuck? No, he drinks it. Then while he's drinking it, he just gets the napkin and goes. Because he's got to do it weird. Because it's fucking David Lynch. It's got to be weird. And then we're sorry. We thought it was good coffee. And again, it's trying to go on the whole motif about how don't trust Hollywood, and how Hollywood is the killer of dreams, and it's people that will crush you down because they got the power and you don't, and you may be a director, but you think you got the power, but you really don't. Probably based on his own experiences in Hollywood. And then the director finds his wife cheating with a guy played by Billy Ray Cyrus, who beats up the director. Then the director later on meets a guy named Cowboy, saying that lead girl for you to hire is not up to you, it's up to me. And if you do this, we will only meet once more, not twice more. So the mobsters force the director to cast who they want to cast, while the two girls find this dead body. They're freaked out by it. They get back home. They have sex with each other. They go out to see a show. Then Naomi Watts pulls out this box, opens it, and then, oh, wait a minute. None of this really happened. It was Naomi Watts is Diane. So the dead person he saw, Naomi Watts is sleeping in the same position, and she's Diane. And in reality, she's not the fresh-faced, new in Hollywood. She's someone who's been in Hollywood for a while, and she's broken down mentally because of the fatigue of Hollywood. And oh, Rita, she's the actress who the director had to cast in the lead. And Naomi Watts lost the part to her. So that's why Naomi Watts visualized her in her fucking kerfluffle of a mind. And it's like she has also sexual attraction to her. Because there's a point that Naomi Watts is crying, but she's also trying to masturbate. You also have this hitman. I forgot this part where throughout the fucking first 2 hours, there's this hitman that does this hit, and anything that goes wrong does. He kills a guy for his black book, but then the gun also goes off and hits a wall, and it hits someone. So then he tries to kill her, but she beats the shit out of him. So he drives her over here, finally kills her, but then there's another guy who's cleaning, and then kills him. Then by the time he gets all that done, the alarm goes off. I mean, I will admit, of all the scenes in the film, that's at least one scene that created a bit of interest and fun and made me go, I'd rather watch this movie with this guy. I can't remember the actor's name, but I know I recognize him from stuff. I could be wrong. I think he's one of the guys that beats up the dude in The Big Lebowski. Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, shithead? I think that's him, but I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. If I am, I am, but I know I recognize that guy somewhere. I just cannot remember exactly where. But he has one more scene, and then he doesn't show up till like 2 hours later. Oh, well, the actual Naomi Watts, she hires this guy to put a hit on that girl. Whether the guy actually succeeds or not, I guess we're not supposed to know or care. Because Naomi Watts is batshit insane anyway. And then it goes back to that Bigfoot's mother, might as well be, who has the same box and weird stuff happens, and then Naomi Watts has hallucinations, and then Naomi Watts shoots herself in the head, and then it cuts to the show that Naomi and the Rita was seeing, and the woman on stage goes, "Silencio." I'm like, yes, please, movie, stop. And again, I know it's one of those movies that you're supposed to think about and deconstruct, and you're lazy, you're not taking the time to do it. Because I don't give a shit. Even if I find the mysteries of the universe within this film, I'm not going to care. Because I don't give a shit about the characters. The one bit I found a little bit funny was the hitman gone awry with his job. I see a waste of Robert Forster, who's only at the beginning of the film. I see a tedious story that, I'm sorry, does not need 2.5 fucking hours to be told. I see stuff that just, oh, these two guys who never pop up again. What did that have to do with Naomi Watts' hallucination? I guess other than this is the same diner, so you're supposed to, whatever. Why this lady that looks like a Bigfoot? It's not even like Naomi Watts meets that character, it's just that character pops up. I see these type of films, and it's not that I'm against mind-fuck movies. I'm like, you know what? I just watched, like you said, the Requiem for a Dream. I'll watch, which I like that film quite a bit. I'll watch 2001: A Space Odyssey. When I first saw that film, and I saw the ending, and I was like, oh, well, what does this exactly mean? I then did want to look into it. And then go on to watch 2010, which then became another film I really enjoyed. Because I cared. I cared about what was going on. This I don't. I mean, if I want to watch a Hollywood movie that is about the indictment of Hollywood, I'd rather just go watch The Player with Tim Robbins. Which, when I saw that, it wasn't like, 5 out of 5, one of my favorites, but I liked it. I'd rather watch that over this. If I want to see a movie about the nature of Hollywood, I could watch that. And I'm sure there are plenty of movies that you could name that about the dysfunctional society we call Hollywood. But it's like, I don't care about what's going on. I don't care about its proceedings. I don't give a shit. I don't care about I don't care about what's going on. I don't care. And it was boring. It wasn't scary. I mean, the hallucinations were just more weird or just stretched out. And again, I'm sitting there, I'm going, I don't care that I don't get it. You don't get it. Good. I don't get the STD, and I don't want the STD. I don't get Mulholland Drive, and I don't want to get Mahoney, Mahogany Drive. I don't care that I don't get it. Just like Lost Highway, I don't care. Again, just go back and watch a Marvel film. No, I'll go watch Requiem for a Dream and Session 9 and the 1990 Jacob's Ladder and plenty of other films. Dark City. And the list goes on. Memento. Memento, to me, is a more interesting story to solve than this. There's plenty of other movies out there that I would rather take my time to try to do that than this fucking film. And I went through the whole plot, because that's what happened, and I didn't really miss much. So you look at it as that Naomi Watts went crazy because of how her dreams were crushed, because she wanted to be a fucking actress, and she wanted to get this part, but director hired this girl who I call Rita, and also like the director and Rita are having a fling together, and Naomi's upset either because she wanted the part, or she loved Rita, or both. And because of the heartache and heresy and everything of Hollywood going nuts and I don't care. I don't care. Even if all I said was 100% wrong, I would not give a shit. The music didn't do much for me. The cinematography didn't do much for me. As in, I was indifferent. Not good, not bad, just indifferent. I'm trying to find out how long Lost Highway was. I probably put Lost Highway above this. Does Lost Highway at least... I don't mind Naomi Watts, but I'm more a fan of Bill Pullman than Naomi Watts. At least Richard Pryor, it was pretty interesting to see him in it, even though he did nothing and anyone else could have played it. It was still like, oh, Richard Pryor, because I'm a big Richard Pryor fan. But this is as confusing as that, and if you love David Lynch, you love the film, good on you. I'm glad. I'm glad. You want a cookie? Good. Doesn't mean I have to. Yeah, I like a lot of movies that are deemed dumb, but I'll also watch Shawshank Redemption. I'll also watch The Hurt Locker. I'll also watch Full Metal Jacket or Doctor Strangelove. There's plenty of other higher brow movies I'll enjoy more than this. Or thrillers, or mysteries, or again, mindfuckeries that I've mentioned twice, 3 times so far. I don't care. I don't care. And it seems like David Lynch, I wouldn't be surprised if he does this shit and he laughs at... I wonder what they're going to say now. Oh my god, this is what he said. He thinks it's like, I just threw that shit in just for the fuck of it. But look what they did with it. Look at that. I would not be surprised if David Lynch admitted one day that's what he fucking did. Now the movie doesn't make sense. You're trying to figure it out? Good luck to you, man, because I don't even know what... I wouldn't be surprised if one day he admits that. There you go. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.